Welcome, I'm Kayla the Scrivener, and this is the Reading Rush. I'm really excited. I love the Reading Rush, it's always fun, and I haven't done a readathon at all in 2020. I don't know why, I normally do more, but I haven't been in the mood. So this is going to get me back into the mood. It is going to be 4 days of wonderfulness. I had an aesthetic mug to be all aesthetic-like, and then I drank all of it before, but it says, there's a million books I haven't read, but just you wait, because Hamilton makes the world go round. But I drank it all when I was listening to podcasts rather than books, and now it's 3:30 in the morning, and I should really be in sleep. Sleep would be good, but books can be a good distraction, and I still haven't filmed my video for it, and I put makeup on now, so it'd be kind of a mistake to now go to sleep. Logic. So I think I'm going to start with listening to We Have Always Lived in a Castle by Shirley Jackson. I never thought I would like horror, and then I read The Haunting of Hill House, which was beautiful and like thematic and made me think about the world, and I'm really excited to read her wider works, and I will get into my books that I'm going to read. I'm going to be filming my TBR and tag hopefully tonight, but right now I think I'm just listening to that. I got my dresser for the first time. Like, it's sad. I moved out of my parents' house like when I went to college in 2015, and since then I have not ever had a proper dresser. So I have like had way too many times trying to figure out how to like hang things in a very small closet in the many places I've lived. But I'm very excited to do this. I'm gonna clean up my room, unpack a lot of my books, probably put some books in my dresser as well, and then listen to some audiobooks. Now part of day 2. Yesterday was a little bit of a crazy day. I stayed up all of the night. I did a bunch of research. I did some reading and listened to podcasts. I listened to almost all of We Have Always Lived in a Castle. It is very interesting, kind of very Jackianite horror. I'm really enjoying reading more of Shirley Jackson's works, and it doesn't seem like a horror, but you know that it's going to end up being like completely terrifying, but right now it's kind of more eerie, and I'm enjoying it. I have an hour and a bit of it left, and I was just researching it, and then because I read up all night, I fell asleep at around noon and then woke up at about 1 a.m. So now it is 9 a.m. the next day on Friday, the 17th, and me and my roommate are about to go to our friend's bake shop. It is closed and everything, but we just go outside the window and we look at it. I haven't been to it at all since the quarantine has started, but she's been taking runs to it. So, and then we might go into nature and kind of explore it, but staying away from other people other than the two of us who are equally isolated from everyone but ourselves. I can put this on my windowsill and I have light and I can talk with my hands. I actually have hands, is an amazing thing. So I have not had a very eventful day for reading in the last day of the night. This is somewhere in the middle of the afternoon of the 17th. I should check the time first. However, I slept yesterday and then I was prepping for a job interview for some freelance stuff. So I'm really hoping that that goes well, but I was doing a lot of research and prepping and stuff like that for it. And then this morning I went to a bake shop with my friend owns with my roommate, and we explored it and took bookish pictures and ate bookish goods, and it was just lovely. And then I did some research for a video and she watched me as I prepped and made fun of me and made dramatic voices. It was great. And then I kind of showed her, we were having fun with me showing her how like my process is and stuff, because we've never lived before, so I know that I've talked to her about bookish stuff, but she hasn't really seen me do it. So it was fun and we laughed a lot and sang really old music, and it was dramatic and wonderful. And now my back is kind of crapping out and I need to lay down, so I'm gonna listen to the rest of We've Always Lived in a Castle. I did some research for it yesterday, probably spoiled the end, but it was fun and I'm excited to just hopefully have a little less, more of a chill afternoon and probably read some Rebecca, probably watch a show or something. It's gonna be fun. Bye. So it's now 7 p.m. on the 17th of April. I don't know how I feel about We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Like, I feel kind of joyful and amazing. I really enjoyed like analyzing it as I went through, and like I don't know, I love analyzing and being in themes and having discussion with them. That's why I want to take an English degree, simply to like have those discussions. And I love reading classics because there's so much available discussion on the text, and I just enjoy that so much. So also why I enjoy booktube so much. But it is so weird and eerie, but also like really enjoyable, and I'm gonna do some more even research, and that kind of makes me love a book more than even the context of itself. But Shirley Jackson has the unnerving ability to write interesting and strange and bizarre eccentric stories that, I don't know, I kind of like, even though it's weird. Hello, so we have to do the rest of the unpacking, and I'm going to do that because we have these two lower shelves that are going to hopefully look as pretty as those shelves. And I'm listening to Lovely War with my lovely roommate. who is going to remain perpetually behind the screen, as she tells me. Lovely War is a book that I read in February and absolutely loved, and now I convinced her to read it, so I get to reread it on much, much slower pace. I will check with you later. It is getting progressively more packed, and I still have so many books, and this is like 5 deep. So I'm pretty exhausted. It's 9:30, so I have been up for 21 and a half hours. It's a long day. I did not do the reading that I thought I was going to do. I did like a very in-depth reading and analysis of We've Always Lived in a Castle. It's eerie and strange and fascinating and kind of, I don't know, like it's not the most, it doesn't have the same effect that The Haunting of Hill House had on me. However, I'm still enchanted by it and also off-put at it by the same time by its bizarreness. And I didn't read Eddie Rebecca, but I did listen to a portion of Lovely War, which was not a book on my thing, and I'm probably not going to finish it because my roommate is also going to be reading it independently for me, but I do really, really love the story. And if you are looking for a happy book as a way of just, thinking of happy thoughts during this time, I would really recommend it. And then she also has been reading to me The Swiftly Tilting Planet by Madeleine L'Engle, and this is a classic science fiction fantasy novel. It is the third book in A Wrinkle in Time series. It is really lovely and also like not lovely at the same time. It has this whimsical kind of lightness to it, even though a lot of dark things are happening. And I don't know, I'm enjoying it so far. I think I'm more enjoying the experience of us reading it together. And I was organizing books when she was reading to me. However, it is altogether a lovely experience, and I'm glad that I'm reading this classic fantasy.